Hi, I'm Jamie.
And I'm Cindy.
Together,
we're the Biddy Buddies.
I know there's a lot of people, but we want you to see the inside of the place. We just finished breakfast, super fast service, good food, very inexpensive. My whole breakfast was $7.81.
They also had a pretty good lunch menu that was very reasonable, I thought. Nothing was over $10, maybe one or two things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd recommend it.
Yeah. We're in Bartow, Florida, here for a chalk walk, and there's a lot of historical sites here, so.
Gonna spend a little time here in Bartow. It's in the middle of the state, just below Lakeland. So I'm not sure, but I think the chalk walk is that way. So they were doing all the chalk walks outside the county courthouse, and then they have some craft vendors also.
Little historical note, the park is located on the site of Fort Blount, abandoned in the 1800s and now marked by a sign placed in the 1940s.
Look at all his chalk that he has over there. Aren't they pretty? Oh my gosh. Number 2 on TripAdvisor list of things to do in Bartow. And it is a pretty building. Yeah, looks very southern, plantation-y. And so there's the big silver dome, free to get in. So we're gonna see how much it's worth it. Yeah.
Free is nice.
Free is good. Let's see if it's worth it.
I like free.
Oh, that's my hat. I was like, what's that big black thing?
Was it your hand?
My hat. Looks like this is a little kids area, which is cute. If you want to bring your kids or grandkids here. I just stepped on an alligator. I'll show you that in a minute. Oh, there she is. If you want to bring your kids.
Here I am.
And yeah, that was the alligator I stepped on. They restored it. Good for them. Law enforcement and fire rescue. Oh, look at the composite. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, to be able to build to somebody's picture. And look at this. Look at the styles.
Yes. That's true.
Fire.
Wow, look at that hat. Jesus. So the Detroit Tigers do spring training in Lakeland, and I still think they still do it. So they are big on the Detroit Tigers. That's very cool.
Fresh killed fowl. Oh, have some Malamars, please. Here are school auditorium seats circa 1920. What I can tell you about them is it's a good thing I didn't go to school in the 1920s because I can perch on them. The Seminole Indians are known to have been in this area of Polk County since at least 381 AD. This, so far out of a two-story museum, is all of the information about the Seminoles. Off of the rotunda on both sides, there are elevators. The other tidbit Cindy and I were talking about is, since we are right across the street from that park, if you were attending an event here, you could come in here, use clean restrooms, and cool off. Because it's a free museum. Did I mention free?
Pretty?
Makes me scared.
You don't like heights.
I don't like heights. Military history of Polk County.
And marched to the train station 7 a.m. on the morning of September 16th to see them off, World War I. And this is why there are no more forts. They were made of wood. Did not last.
I wonder if there's a picture of what it used to look like, because I assume that there were chairs. We decided to come into the cookie jar. I had a couple of bites of fudge. Breakfast all day. Sweets, soups, etc.
Family owned, pizza by the slice.
This is number 1 on TripAdvisor's places to eat, Palace Pizza. All right, what have you thought of Bartow so far?
Oh, it's small. It's a cute little place. Couple of shops that are cute, an antique store and a kitschy shop. But yeah, it's a small. The museum is definitely the high point, I think.
Well, and now we're gonna, after we check out the status of the chalk art, we're going to drive by some of the historic sites and see if there's any truth to the hype of those.
It's on the National Register of Historic Places. It's the historic L.B. Brown House. L.B. Lawrence Bernard Brown, born into slavery in Wakahuta. A good example of a self-made man. Block wall served to add beauty, was designed to divert rainwater from eroding the foundation of the home. Well, this is kind of neat. So it's showing you which room is which in the house. Oh, wow. So this is part of what the house is sitting on. Full of 18 pine logs. So he used to build these homes to rent out. This one was moved here. Smart man.
This is the L.B. Brown house, built in 1892.
He was born into slavery. He ended up being a very successful businessman.
And apparently was very philanthropic as well. And this is number 4 on the list of things to do from TripAdvisor in Bartow.
And it's definitely worth a stop.
We're here on a Saturday and it's closed, which we knew. The difference here though is that they have all of these little placards all over so that you can still get a sense of things. So I know we've complained in other videos about museums being closed on Saturday. This one at least allows you to interact with it a little still.
This is the Benjamin Franklin Holland house. It's on the historic list of homes. Benjamin Franklin Holland was the father of Spessard Holland, one of Florida's governors, as well as the United States Senator representing the state.
This beautiful house, which apparently has been divided into apartments now, was used in the filming of the 1990s hit movie, My Girl.
Church Street Historic District.
Holy Moses.
These homes are pretty.
Number 5 on the list of things to do in Bartow from TripAdvisor is the African American Heritage Museum. They call it the Luster African American Heritage Museum. I can't muster walking around in it because of the walking we've done already, but I do want to acknowledge it and note that it is on the corner of Summerlin and Jackson, just a block off of Main Street. We just got out of Front Page Brewing Company. Had 1 beer each. I had a grapefruit lager. It was too bitter for me.
I had a tangerine, and it had an essence of the tangerine. Couldn't really taste a lot of the tangerine.
They were very fast with the service.
Very fast.
Challenging to find a place to sit.
Yeah. It seems like it's a locals place. It was packed. They have lots of board games that we saw at the end.
As we were walking out the door.
And too bad, because we were sitting on a couch, and I would have definitely been into playing a board game. If you live in the area, it's a pretty nice, fine place. Nice, fine.
It was fine.
This is the Wonder House. It's like $25 to take a tour of it.
My gosh, $25.
Yeah,
That's
it's kind of privately owned house. You can get a private tour of it. They are currently restoring parts of it. It is built from coquina rock.
The floor plan of the Wonder House is designed in the shape of a cross, and each room opens up onto 2 porches. And the point of that was so that each wing would have a cross breeze. Porches are designed with columns to be able to gather the rainwater. The living room ceiling is constructed with removable panels so that each one can be taken out and redecorated. The 3rd floor porch has an 8 by 10 foot fishing pond. I am cheap, and I am not spending $20 or $25 to walk around a house, cool though it may be.
Yeah.
And it's cash only, by the way. Day tour, $25 cash only. Night tour, $30 cash only.
So if you've ever been, hey, let us know. Let us know how it is on the inside.
And this is number 1 on TripAdvisor.
Number 1 TripAdvisor in Bartow.
This really is just a park with a playground, some picnic pavilions, and a dog park. Not sure why it is special enough to qualify as one of the top 5 things to do in Bartow. Except, I guess there's not much to do.
Number 6 on the list of places to go to eat in Bartow is El Ranchito Mexican Restaurant. They claim to have the best margaritas in town.
Literally every Mexican restaurant has that sign.
We're not chancing it. We're not going.
Also, very amusingly, here in the same parking lot, Beef O'Brady's, which is also on the list, number 5 on the list.
Beef O'Brady's is number 5.
And for those of you that don't know, Beef O'Brady's is just a chain restaurant, sports
and we're not
bar.
doing that either. We are at Charm City, and just happened to be driving by.
We ate at Charm City, a place that has apparently been visited by Guy Fieri. They call it Maryland cuisine, I guess. It was good.
It was very good, yeah. They had a lot of crab with some kind of a sauce with it, and it was like you could get it on pretzels, on
fries,
macaroni and cheese, and it was excellent. It was really good crab eggs, and it was delicious.
It was very good.
Yeah.
Very attentive staff.
Yeah.
It was good. I would recommend it, and I'm a little surprised that this didn't show up on any of the searches of places to eat.
And it was very, very reasonable. We had also had ribs And then I had the shrimp tacos, which were really good too. So all in all, everything was really good here at Charm
I'd
City.
recommend it. We chose Bartow not randomly. We came here because of the chalk walk. And why waste a trip if you're going to come 125 miles away from home? You might as well make it worth your time.
Right.
Which is why we then looked up and went to the other places, the TripAdvisor places and such.
Right.
Walking, so I'll give you my aching feet rating. My foot hasn't hurt like this for a long time, and I don't know if that was because of walking around in the museum for so long.
Yeah, we walked a little bit at the Chalk Fest, which it's not a big park.
No, not at all.
But then we went across the street and went over to the museum, which is 2 floors of stuff. There's a lot in that museum, and then we walked the downtown area. So we did quite a bit of walking.
There was plenty of parking, and there was plenty of parking all over town.
And the parking is free. A lot of towns,
Yeah,
you know,
which
you
I
have to pay for
appreciate.
parking, but not here in Bartow, which is really nice.
So my aching feet are screaming right now.
Right.
So
And mine, it's just my lower back hurts a lot from walking.
we usually rank safety, but it's kind of hard to address safety in the middle of the day. We drove around a lot of town. It all seemed fine. There were some pretty aggressive truck drivers when we were crossing the streets, etc.
Yeah.
But I don't know
Nothing that we couldn't handle.
This is a very high-ranking place for history.
Yes.
There are several historic districts. There are lots of houses to see.
And that historical museum, for a small town museum,
It was really
what a
great.
nice surprise. Yeah, it was really nice.
I agree, it was great. All right, so cost rankings. It was pretty affordable, very inexpensive. I actually looked up the cost of living in Bartow, and it's about 82% of the standard of the United States. So in general, it's less expensive here. And for food, my breakfast was
Less than $10.
with tip, less than $10.
And mine was right about 10. Dinner was pretty inexpensive too.
Museum was free, parking is free, all of the places, the history
The drive-by
stuff we
homes
walked
were
by,
all free.
all
Yeah.
free. So cost absolutely affordable and worth it.
Yeah.
Which leads us to worthiness. What do you think?
I think if you live in this Central Florida area and you're looking for something to do, like a half-day trip or something, Bartow isn't a bad place to go to. Even if you're driving through there, take a stop and see some of the places. It's not really a destination place, I wouldn't say.
I was really surprised by all of the historical buildings around. You know, I wouldn't be opposed to taking a half a day and coming down here from Orlando just to come down here and see it, but only if I'd seen all the other things. You know, we travel every weekend in Central Florida, so that you have to pepper that in with our opinions.
I do have to say that museum is pretty, and the Lowell House with the outdoor. You didn't have to take a tour of it, but it was just enough information. Yeah, there was some pretty cool things to do here in Bartow, I think.
So my takeaway, my one thing I would say to do is that history museum.
Yeah, definitely.
And it was free.
Yeah, it was free. And I think my takeaway was the Lowell House.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed looking at the house, and I liked how they had different signage, and you could see it really told a story of this man and what he meant to this area, which is was pretty interesting.
Without having to pay, without having to go in, without it even having to be open, it was a cool place.
Yeah.
So that's it for Bartow. Thanks for watching.
Please get up and get going. Get off your couch. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Please.
Get up, get out, get going.
Yeah.
Before it's too late.
Too late. All right. We'll see ya.
Bye. Thanks for watching.